Colleen with the American Red Cross Platelet Department. May I please speak with? Hi, how are you? May I please? I am great. Okay, good. I was just gonna ask if I was talking to Kim. I do want to let you know this call's being recorded for quality and training. I'm giving you a call today because you have been a strong donor, and we are still at a severe platelet supply. And I was hoping you might have some availability to come in and make another donation. Oh, of course. I'll make a note that your name schedule online. Just super quick. There are two great promotions. So when you come in between now and the 30th of November, if you make one donation, you'll get a $15 gift card. If you're able to come in twice between now and the 30th of November, you would receive a total of $35 in gift cards that would come right to your email. Thank you. Have a great day.
Hey guys, it's going. How are you, Simon? So I heard you were talking about your father. Is what's going on? Oh, I'm sorry, Simon. Well, toes crossed, prayers will be said. If sacrificing virgins would help, I would do that. I have no idea. Oh no. That is so bad. That is so bad. Funny, but so bad. Meet? Which one of us?
All right. Well, I do appreciate all of your past
Levi, just like
donations,
the
and I
jeans.
hope
Levi.
you're able to come in again soon.
Levi. Just like the jeans.
Have a great day.
No, it's Davis. All right, we gotta wait for Fritz to come in. Oh, I heard about that. All right, so now that I've got you both here, and it's a health checkup for the game. How are things working in each of your guys' heads? Are you enjoying it? Something I need to change? Something I can do better? Let me know. Hmm. Right. I can look into doing that. The only thing that would be an issue is page space. Um, because currently at even right now, if you look at it, you're looking at nearly 400 pages. And give it a good set of tables, I think would be at least six more pages. Um, so right. So in Legends of Kralis, we don't have like we have challenge we have um rank well, kind of like a rank challenge, and it can be two ranks below and two ranks above, right? So it's really hard. It's not hard, it's just a different way of doing it. And I understand what you're saying, Chris, and I hear you. I just got to figure out a way to do what you're saying. Rank two. But I also modified the Banshee because the Banshee would have just destroyed you. So it was a minor Banshee. Right. But I don't disagree with what Chris is saying. I think that um it's only going to add like 6 pages. That's a total of 3 real pages ultimately. You know what I'm saying? Um, Let me look into it, Chris. So you're thinking by so according to what Simon said, by locale terrain, and then also by type, correct? Are those the two things we're talking about? All right. I let me work on that over the next couple weeks, and I will send it to you and I'll send it to everybody that has the beast tree and see what you guys think about it. Um, because currently right now I'm going through and I'm setting up the preparation for the spell cards as a stretch goal, and I'm having to go through every single spell to ensure that things match correctly, even though I can do certain things, you know. Um, so that's gonna take me another couple of days. And I think they're gonna be tarot, either jumbo tarot size cards or regular size cards. So we shall see about that. There is that, yes. Um, and the jumbo ones, if I do the jumbo ones, in a lot of them you do have space right underneath them. Um, but if I go normal, there's no space. It literally fills up most of the card. Um, so one of the things that I plan on doing is also once if we can get through the Kickstarter correctly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything in, I'll put the entire font. It'll increase the book size by I think about 20 or 30 pages each, but I'm going to put it into a dyslexia font to make it easier to read for everybody who's got dyslexia. And then I'm going to release that for free as a PDF. Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing, and that's all going to come down to formatting at that point and stuff like that. And when you do that, that changes pages forever. One of the things that I'm also doing is the PDF that once we've got it settled in the player's guide and all of them, everything's going to be hyperlinked. Page numbers. You could be reading a paragraph and it'll say see page blah blah blah. You'll be able to click on that and go to that page, and then click on yeah. But then you'd have to go back. There's really a real hard way to go back. Um, Browser source. Uh, no, no, it's Hilarious Game Master, right? So that's a really good, interesting question because a lot of people don't ask that, but it actually is Latin. Hilarious is Latin for seize the dice. Because it comes from the etymology, which is telos, which is die, and well, it doesn't mean seize the dice. It's of or pertaining to dice. So telarius, teleria, and telerium are first and seconds of or pertaining to dice. Can it? Yeah, definitely. Can it hear? Is it just me or is it you? Audio, I forget about the audio button. Yeah, there we go. No audio. So anyways, hi, welcome back to Legends of Kralis, Hilarious Gaming. For Legends of Kralis, we're actually in the middle of playing with the real mouse, the Mouser and Fafred, which is actually a Jakar Sabotori and their companion dog, Canis. What is his name? Braun. So we're going to be continuing this. They are in the middle of trying to figure out how to finish up cleansing a shrine to Alal. So let's go ahead and get over there. And here we are. Look at these guys. These guys are brilliant. These are I like to call them fondly my British boys. They are all over in Great Britain. They are 8 hours ahead of me, so we play afternoon game for a couple hours on every other Thursday. And that is where it's at. So let's go ahead with some introductions for everybody who might be watching. We'll start with Ziggy.
Hi, I'm Ziggy. I'm playing Ziggy. I am out of print GM on all the social medias that matter. So, enjoying the game? Come and join it. Come and enjoy watching that. Yeah.
All right, and then we have Tahir.
Hi, I am playing Tahir Toglumera, who is an 8 foot tall anthropomorphic Sabotori, which is like a saber-toothed tiger person, priest of the god Alal. And I am the plot doctor on Twitch and also TikTok and pretty much anywhere else that's relevant apart from Facebook. So there we go.
And then finally, we have Braun, the Canis.
Hello, I'm Freelancer Blitz. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, but I don't really do very much. So I'm just kind of along for the ride, really. I'm playing Cena, actually. The Canis Barbarian. He's kind of like Conan, if Conan was a dog. Conan the dog. Conan the dog.
Conan was a bit of a dog, if we're honest.
Yes, he was.
Depends on
Very,
the-
very much so.
You've got a link to the Albert Rodeo page.
I do. Let me go ahead and grab that for you guys.
Just scrolled up in the.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It shouldn't change, but you never know with things. Weird things happen.
When you go in round the twist.
They always
I
do.
remember that. Jesus.
Round the twist.
Yeah.
No idea.
The finest Australian children's TV
Yeah.
show of the 90s. It was. They had this.
Have you ever felt
like this? Because strange things happen when you go in round the twist. Yeah, that was it.
I think my wife's joining in as well.
Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Is it Artaxaga? How would you say that?
It's pronounced CH. I've got a little post-it.
Oh, Arshega.
Yeah, Artashega.
Artashega? Oh, that's brilliant.
Artashega.
Awesome. All right, so I posted in the owlbear for you guys, and let me bring up the map where you guys are. Yes. We're getting close to the end of this. Braun was here. When did you put that in? That's cool. I like it. I didn't even realize it until you did it. All right. So let's see here. Oh, shit. That's awesome. When we last left off, you guys were finishing up dealing with the ghoulish infestation that was down in this particular room down here. Right?
I'm actually having trouble getting the map. 1 second. It's
No worries.
just like it's loading so slowly, painfully slowly. Sorry, that was a notification on my phone. I want everyone checking their phone all at once. Just mute it. Okay.
Well, if it's important, you know what to do. You gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta go. So,
True,
but
yeah.
before we actually start, I do have a small announcement, and maybe I can get it from Ziggy. He'll send it to me. His dad finished a book and is now on Amazon for download. Is that not right, Ziggy?
Download and physical copy if you prefer to read your books
Fantastic.
in
Well,
an
give me the-
actual book form.
Give me the link so I can put it into the stream.
Will do. In fact, I should just have it. Just a moment.
So funny story. I don't know why yours took so long to get to you, plot, but
Mhm.
Emmy asked for a sweatshirt and she got
Yeah.
hers within a week. And I
Oh,
think
goodness.
I think it was printed because it was printed in the EU,
Mhm.
not shipped to the EU, which is interesting. I think they just set that up for them to be able to do that, which is really kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it was just like God knows what issue it was, but just actually a note on these shirts, by the way. This is like an official Legends of Kralis shirt, and like the quality on it is really good. This has been through the wash about 4 or 5 times since I bought it, and like there's no fading whatsoever on the thing, like the print. Like you know how usually with like printed shirts after a little while they get a bit like tatty.
Yes.
Like that hasn't happened at all. I'm like actually super impressed with the quality.
Yeah, I like the quality it's coming from. That's actually coming in from our from Printful, which is
Mhm.
they're a print-on-demand shirt maker and everything else maker. So they are.
Sent you that link, mate.
I did, and I have put it into the Twitch. So you want to tell us a little bit about it, real quick?
So, my dad's a engineer by trade. Well, was engineer by trade. He retired now. And during lockdown, he basically put pen to paper and he wrote a novel. It's a sort of romance thriller sort of thing about a con man playing his trade. It's his first actual published novel. He's written a couple of other books that weren't a full novel size. One was a children's book. I'm just dead proud of him. You know,
You should
that
be.
in
That's
his
amazing.
70s, he's springing out and doing something new and different. So,
Mhm.
And your
Yeah.
father, I believe, is like an older generation, like my father was, right? The 30s and 40s.
he's old school.
Yeah,
He's my
very
dad.
old school. So I'm sure it's going to be an interesting read coming from his perspective with
Mm.
that. So definitely be picking that up at some point here in the near future. So when we last
Thank you
left
very much.
off, like I said, you guys had walked into this room and had literally pinchered in movement these ghouls, and exceptional awesomeness was had. So where we stand now is, what did you guys want to do?
Can I just bring something up first? Because
Absolutely.
my webcam is dicking about, it seems to have swapped me and Tahir round on your.
Oh, look at that. Would you stop messing around like that,
Okay,
man?
just swap
Jeez.
character sheets. It's fine.
Yeah, just
Swap
swap character
character.
sheets.
I'm Braun now. Get to the chopper. Okay, cool. I've actually sorted myself out some dice as well because I left my other ones at the house.
Oh, and have you guys seen the well, you got, I think I sent it to you guys on TikTok. I don't know, I think Freelance, did I get it? A link you in that? The Teleris gaming dice? That are
Yeah,
gonna
they
be-
look really funky.
They were
They're, I
Very
think
cool.
they're gonna look awesome. They're a it's a dirty pour of an orange purple, and then the numbers themselves are gonna come in with no painting and orange, not orange, but yeah, like yellow, like a bright yellow. So that's the Polaris Gaming colors. So we'll see what happens. So far they look good, and they were actually being used the other night by Duval Dice Man, who's actually making those dice for me, and they seem to roll well. A little too well, I think. He made some awesome things there. All right, so back to this. We are in this room. To here, I think you're running out of some fatigue. How's everybody
I'm okay.
feeling?
I'm okay. I've got about 50 left.
Okay. Braun, how are you feeling?
health of what I've taken 1 damage, and I have 52 fatigue out of 97, so I think I'm all right.
All right.
We did
and-
kind of kill it last session. Like there were a lot of crits flying about. So
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
How you doing, Zig?
No damage at the moment, thanks to our wonderful healer. But my current fatigue is 46 out of 80, so you know I'm okay.
So you guys have a chance. You know, we can do. You can take some rest. You can take an hour and you know, gather back some fatigue, and then that would give Tahir some time to do it. It's up to you guys.
I've still got 50 left. I think I'm
Okay.
good to go for a little while, so long as like this door that I've just put a drawing on. That one was specifically mentioned as being like one of those big stone doors with the skulls and shit on it.
That is correct.
Yes. So I reckon if we check out these other ones first, and then which seem like they would be heading into less dangerous territory, because they're not like clearly marked as beyond here is evil. Then I should be good to check out these at least before we need to rest.
All right, brilliant.
He said about to screw everyone with this decision.
Can't be worse than shooting a banshee.
No, true.
Well,
Well,
when he needs it and he doesn't have it, and he casts and he pass out, he weighs 300 or 400 pounds. So, good luck.
Well, that's easy. It's like moving a mountain. You just chop it into smaller bits. It's easy to transport.
Oh, okay then.
if I go down, just run. It's fine. They'll be too busy eating my corpse to bother with you guys, and that way I'll buy you some time.
Aw,
Oh, that's generous of you.
What are friends for?
sacrificing thyself for your friends,
You don't have to outrun the zombies. You just have to outrun me.
especially if you're down. That's kind of easy to do. All right, so where do you guys want to go? What do you guys want to do?
Should we check out this one over here? The never eat shredded wheat western door.
Yep, I'm good with that.
Okay.
That's good to me.
I believe I just never eat shredded wheat on stream. Could have been worse. Could have gone with naughty elephant squirt water.
Yeah, I remember that one from school as well.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys, I'll move you guys up there.
Yeah.
Who's opening the door?
I'll go check the door for traps first.
What's your?
If you would care to roll for me for my trap craft.
What is
I have a trap craft skill of 63.
Fantastic. Well, as you get up to the door and you begin to investigate it, it's a standard wooden door. It's got some iron bands across it, and it doesn't appear to be trapped, nor does it appear to be locked. And you gain heroic luck.
Ooh.
Oh,
Very nice. I'm just going to take a moment to utter a short prayer and gain 10 to my next initiative roll. Because I can do that.
Yes,
So,
you can.
You want me to open the door?
no, I'm going to open it carefully and step to the side.
All right.
So,
Knock, knock. Who's there?
I'm going to open it and then I'm going to step to the side there.
I'll just stand in the front of it then.
I
Might as
need to
well.
get some new battle cards. Oh no, I got some right here. Yay! Don't worry about it. So I use 3x5 cards to keep track of almost everything you guys do. So makes it easy for me. And so when you guys roll for initiative, I have you guys on these cards, right? Let's hear, who was I missing? I was missing Ziggy. Right? So
I keep track of my stuff. I keep the track of my stuff using a whiteboard full of crap.
And
Nope,
whiteboards are awesome. And actually, when we're actually at conventions, we actually do that as well. We have little tiny whiteboard character sheets that people can mark things through very quickly.
I've seen them for sale for D&D actually.
Yeah. All right. So you open the door and step beyond. It looks like a standard room with another door just beyond it.
okay. Ziggy, do you want to check that one as well?
Okay. As I'm going through, I'm going to check the room for traps as we go through.
Okay. Ziggy's going in by himself, or is everybody going in?
Did you move the wrong character?
Yeah, Ziggy can check for... That was me, actually. I moved my character. Ziggy can check for traps first, and then we'll come in, I think is the safest way of doing it. We haven't encountered any traps in here so far, but the moment we stop checking, that's when...
That's where things happen. Let's see here.
Stupid camera.
Just next time it's going to do it, just freeze frame yourself in like a really stupid pose. So
I've got a feeling
Um,
it's going to screw.
Ziggy, as
screw
you
up
get as
again.
you make your way to the door and you begin to investigate it, the other door slams shut behind you,
oh dear.
and this is what you hear whispered in your ear. Check your DMs.
Why are we red? I don't like it.
I didn't make you red. I can make you blue. I
We'll
can
go
make you
surrounded in
purple.
red.
Can be anything you like.
Oh, joy.
Resist. Apologies.
So
I'm
you
not-
guys, when Ziggy moves in and begins to check the door that you guys are standing watching him slams shut right in your face.
Okay. Bron immediately.
What's Braun doing? What are you guys doing?
What the hell? How rude! Let's let's barge it down.
Barge it down.
Barge it down.
I'm going to turn around, go back to the door, and try and open it.
You turn around, and as you begin to head to the other door, it's locked, and now you see that side of the door is completely made out of metal. Are you
There's
going?
there's a four-letter word I would care to say here.
Well, the stream is 18 and above, so
Feel free to swear.
Fuck.
you could feel free to swear, absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and do this in initiative order. Where I'm going to use the last initiative. Ziggy, can you re-roll initiative for me real quick?
Sorry, reroll initiative.
No worries.
That's an 8 on the dice with my base of 22.
Base of
So
20.
30.
30. All right, so Ziggy will go first, then Braun, and then Tahir based off of that. Ziggy, what do you want to do?
I'm going to try and force this door open as best I can from the inside. If there's a handle or something, I can sort of activate with.
If it's locked, you might want to try and pick that.
It's locked. You get in there and you start messing with your locks, with the lock picks, and then suddenly one of them snaps. The lock seems to have become, from your perspective, jammed somehow.
Look at the broken lockpick.
I'm sorry?
Git!
No.
Look at me broken lockpick. And just go, git!
So just for you guys' entertainment value, I have sent you some actual curse words that are translated into
I've just
ancient
seen it.
common.
Seen it.
So that are flavorful for Legends of Kralis and the world around you. Yeah, it's messed up. All right, so Braun, what are you doing?
This is the first RPG I've ever played that has its own swear words.
That's beautiful. I love it.
Reader. Right, I'm going to battle cry by screaming Reader.
And what are you going to attempt to do?
And I'm going to smash down the door.
All right, it's going to be a strength check TS10.
Okay. Does it count as like damage as you're attacking something?
Are you attacking it, or what are you trying to do with it? Are you physically going to attack it?
I'm going to bash it through. You know,
with your
barge it,
shield, or describe what you're doing so I have a better idea what you're doing.
Kind of a shoulder badge, I'd have thought.
So you're just gonna like bump it with your shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be a strength check 10. Now, if you're attacking with a weapon, that'll do actual damage to it and things like that.
Right.
But if you're gonna hit it
right,
with your shoulder, it's a DC 10. Sorry.
Okay,
TS 10.
I'll do it with my shield then. Might as well.
It's still a TS 10.
Right.
Because your shield is not an edged weapon or anything like that.
Yeah, but
I know it does damage, but it only does damage. That would only do damage to like fleshy things and things that can take that kind of damage. You're literally taking your shield, which is wooden, and got a little bit of metal into it, and slamming it into another large wooden object that's got metal on it as well. So that would be clashing.
Trying to think if any of these things will do. Slam. Full action, you attack your shield as if it was a weapon. 3 points of base damage and large shields do 5 points of base damage. Targets gain physical defense with this attack if you are not successful with this attack. I'll just
I mean, if you
roll.
want to try it with your shield, I will totally allow you to do it.
I'm worried it might break my shield.
That's you said it, not me.
Okay, I will shoulder barge the door then, using my
TS,
my incredible
TS6.
muscles.
TS10.
So, I think I probably hit that with a thud, but we'll see. So, so as a strength check, do I use my strength stat as
You would, yes, sir.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be a no.
Did you get a bonus for your battle cry? Does that add to your strength? I can't remember.
It adds. I think it adds the damage.
Okay.
It adds
battle cry.
damage to it. Yeah.
Yeah. It had a.
Well, I'll even give you. You know what? I'll even give you a +1 success on that for that. And that's actually a good point.
It does add
Wow.
plus 5 bonus to all melee attack checks. But I am going to spend a heroic luck, I think, and try again.
Okay.
So that'll put me down to 8. I'll save you, Ziggy. Oh, 16 on the dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. With that +1, that is a 10. Damn it. There is metal behind this door. I don't think I can break it down.
Okay.
Do we have anything we can prize underneath it? I will check my bag.
All right. That was your action. We'll go ahead and go to Tahir. Anything you want to do, Tahir?
Yeah, I'm just checking my thingy. I have a vial of metal-eating acid
Nice.
in my thing. I imagine it won't do much damage to the door, but I'm going to say Ziggy step back from the lock. And I'm going to pour that in there, and hopefully whatever locking mechanism it is, like the bolt will break, so it can be like pushed out. So I'm going to go acid in the lock.
Acid in the lock. Pour that in there. You hear the sound of it eating through metal. That's burning, right?
Yeah.
And then it stops after a few minutes.
Okay, I'll take that out of my card sheet. In which case, if Brom wants to try again now that the locking mechanism weakened, that might work.
Yeah, I kind of. What's in my? I have a climber's kit. What's in that?
Generally, what's in climbers kits are things like pythons and those things. Give me a second. Let me get to that.
Stupid. Bloody
I'm just going to move to the corner out of the way of the door, because I don't want Bron kicking the door open and concussing me.
Right. So the climber's kit has includes 25 iron pitons, a climbing harness, rope ladder, several carabiners, a belaying and rappelling tools, but the rope is sold separately.
Does it have one of those sort of hammers? Like
Riding pitons.
Yeah, it would come with those because you would need one of those to pound in the pythons.
Because they're usually like the best way I can describe it is like a brick hammer, but it's like a hammer with an elongated, pointy bit on it. If you know what I mean.
One about an ice axe.
Like an ice axe.
I'm wondering if I could get that under the door and prise it up. Because we don't have a crowbar, do we?
All right, so that's what Tahir does. We'll come back to you in just a second. So
unless there's is there a crowbar in the survival kit?
Crowbar in the survival kit. No, there's a hunting knife.
Time to serve drinks to birds, you know.
There's a hunting knife, whetstone, a small shovel, a hammer, 4 square yards of canvas, 100 feet of fishing line, 10 hooks, flint and steel, a signal whistle, and 5 vials of antitoxin.
Right. To here. Stand aside. I am
Or
going to
side.
move to here and then run at the door. Battle cry and slam into its shoulder again.
So you go flying at the door and you hit it hard,
Yeah.
and even with the amount of distance that you got, you hit that door and you literally bounce off of it.
Oh. Ow! You son of a bitch.
Even with the fact that Tahir did pour the vile acid into the lock, which looks like it's corroded. The wood where it was has been corroded. Ziggy's not seeing anything on the other side, but let's get to Ziggy. What do you want to do? You've heard this.
Well,
You've
I've
heard
moved
this,
to the corner. I have moved.
You heard what was whispered in your ear. What do you want to?
I'm just gonna go keep in the corner and my gun's out just in case there's something in here with me and it's not friendly. So I'm just gonna sit there, gun at the ready, and wait for my mates to get the door open.
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, this should be easy. I'm as smart as a lump of wood. Actually, I'm not too bad. I've got 85. But when I roll a 99, it doesn't matter. So I failed. Yeah, go on. I'll re-roll that.
Let's go ahead and re-roll that.
That's a point of heroic luck, yeah. Fuck's sake. Yeah. I got a different result.
It's just not a
I got
passing
100.
Dear God.
Even with the oh my gosh, so you're sitting there, you're now frightened by the fact that this voice that seems like it whispered in your ear has frightened you into the point of where you're back into the corner. I just did DM you something, so you know. And Chris,
Yep.
Plot Doctor, you
Yep.
something's going on with your upstream.
Yeah, I'm having
I didn't know if you knew it or not.
connection issues.
Okay, no
Yeah,
worries.
I'm trying to sort it. I don't know what the problem is. I think it's probably an issue with my router.
No worries.
I mean,
So
the other option would be to restart my router, but that's might be more of an issue. Yeah, carry on, sorry.
Do you say anything, Ziggy, or anything like that, or you just yell? Do you yell? Do you do anything, or are you just back into the corner, frightened?
After what happened upstairs in the room with all the corpses, I think he's close to just losing it altogether. So I think he's just going to in the corner and wait for his big friend, the priest, to come and save him. Voices talking to him is not good.
All right, Braun, your turn.
I'm going to use that hammer and prise away the rest of the wood that's in front of that door.
Okay.
That axe thing. So if I've split it,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it doesn't
use the
take
thing to-
it's not hard for you to do. You pull the wood, and with the fact that there's acid on the wood itself, you pull it all off, and now there is this sheet of metal in front of you, and it's got this unusual sigil right in the middle of the door.
Here, do you know what this is?
Knowledge check of some description.
This would be just a standard lore check. You don't have, do you have lore magical?
No, divine in history.
I'll let you do a lore divine, but at a TS of 3.
Okay.
Would I be able to do a law check? I don't have any skills in law, but like an untrained general intelligence or something.
Spend a heroic luck to reroll that.
Let's see what TS comes through with.
No.
Yeah, sure. Braun, if you want to give it a lore check, it's going to be a untrained skill, so it's going to be 30 plus your intelligence modifier, and it's still but it's going to be a TS of 4. So technically, you're going to have to roll a crit.
No.
But
No.
you both get the
54.
sense that this is a magical thing happening.
Yeah. Detect magic. How much fatigue does detect magic cost?
Detect magic.
Yeah.
I think it's power rank, for detection.
One of the things I actually have prepared.
What's the walls made of?
The walls around you are made out of a thick stone. A
So
dark
it's
gray-like stone.
is it
Are
like
they solid stone
blocks?
walls or are they stone blocks?
blocks or
They're heavy stone blocks because you're pretty far underground.
But it's power rank 2, so that would
Well,
be 6.
Use a
That's
piton
fatigue.
between the
That's
bricks
what I'm
to lose the
thinking.
mortar.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
And it'll be 6
I'm going to
fatigue.
spend the 6 fatigue to detect magic.
Okay.
Is there like an active spell on the door?
Let me know if you succeed.
Yeah. Gonna roll. Quick. I did succeed with 5 successes.
As you begin to look at the door and finish the incantation and the calling upon Alel to help you, the door begins to glow a deep blue.
Okay, so a very strong magical field. Okay. Is there a gap under the door between the door and the floor, or is it flush?
If there is a gap, it's so minor you can't see anything underneath it. You didn't hear, you didn't hear any scraping as it went by.
Yeah.
But it's fairly tight. But there's a small space, but like you couldn't get anything physical underneath it.
Yeah. I cannot dispel magic. That's power rank 4 spell. I'm going to attempt to deface the sigil using my halberd. In the grounds that the sigil might be connected to the spell in some way and allow it to continue to be powered. And I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon on my halberd while I do so.
Okay.
So fix this with brute force.
This is the first time you guys have come across a trap in this place, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's Spiritual Weapons cast. So then an attack roll.
Okay.
I'm trying specifically just to deface the sigil as much as possible. 61. I'll spend 3 roll. That's better. 5 successes. Did I lose everyone entirely?
I can hear you.
You can hear me. Okay, cool. I know I'm having connection issues. Like my network is very, very bad right now. I think the router needs a reset.
I can't comment. You've seen my webcam.
Yeah, I can't even Twitch won't even load.
You got anything else running in the background?
Twitch, Albert Radio, Discord, the usual stuff. Nothing I haven't had before. It's just my internet sometimes is crappy.
So my webcam heard it slagging it off and decided to cry.
Levi, are you there?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, no worries. Crisis. Welcome.
Oh, well. Good night.
Yeah, I've got like an Ethernet connection in theory, but like sometimes my router is just a dick. Is the problem. We have to reset it all the time.
It waits until you need it the most and then goes to shit on you.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The downside of being midstream is turning it off and on again.
Well, when we played the Fallout 2D20 last time, somebody's internet kept dropping in and out. So they were constantly dropping out of the chat.
How is that? Because I nearly bought it at Expo, but I got June instead.
Oh, excuse me. Yes. It's a bit different to the usual because it's level based, where most 2D20 systems aren't.
So they
All right,
did
sorry
that.
about that, guys. I had to take a phone call for a student. I apologize to everybody who's watching. I know that can be interruptive and like, what's going on? Sorry about that. So you cast the spiritual, you cast spiritual weapon on your weapon. It goes. You
Yeah.
go to attack it, and try to deface it. When you bring your weapon to bear on this thing, you are blasted back 15 feet.
Right. Hmm.
Damn. You alright?
Yeah, I say like I put my halberd on the floor, plant it, and like leave myself back up, dust myself off.
I'll help him up like
Didn't like.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
I
bulging,
sh-
bulging
I sh-
muscly arms.
I shout through the door. Ziggy, what are the hinges like?
I'll have a quick
So
look.
at this point, make a willpower check, since you've basically brought yourself into a sense of fear with this.
91.
You hear this echoing muttering coming from behind this steel plate. It's Ziggy's voice, but it's almost as though, almost like a whimpering sound as he's trying to respond to you.
Oh dear.
Well, all I can say is, because of the fact that you basically hit everything with 31 successes last turn, this is the karma coming back for you. The dice are like, "Aha, I've got you."
Yeah,
Yeah.
karma. In which case I'm gonna like put myself. I'll say Bron, start digging at where the hinges should be. With the piton, use the piton as a chisel, and like the hammer.
Is there actually hinges, or did it like something just slammed down or under? Does it look like something's kind of slammed down?
You are unable to determine from this side. Ziggy would be able to determine it from that side if he wasn't literally cowering in the corner, ears wrapped around his eyes, tail curled up between his legs,
Okay,
pistol
I'm
in one
going
hand.
A little bit of wee.
You said there's a tiny, tiny gap underneath.
There is. It's almost a hair's breadth, a hair's width.
Mm.
I'm gonna pray using my prayer ability, and I'm going to take the ability where I can remove a fear effect from a creature.
And that's using your
Just prayer.
ability.
Yeah, the ability. It's a really good one. Thank you for putting it in.
Can I have a look around the room in case there's any like levers or anything, or any kind of stone brick out of place or anything that
Go ahead
could
and
be
make a
hiding a
perception check.
magic button or something.
Right. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception. Nine. 3 successes.
As you're, are you looking throughout the entire room or just along that wall?
Kind of just along this wall to start with. I might have a look around, on the pillars afterwards if there's nothing here. Looking for any maybe a loose brick or even anything I can then get a piton into and scrape around the mortar like we were thinking earlier.
As there is no range indicated on prayer,
Mhm.
I'm going to add a range because what you're saying is correct, being able to get through it. Go ahead and make a divine knowledge check to see if it works out the way I think it's going to work out. But I need to add definitely a
That's
range
an
to that.
11. Yeah, you might want to add something like a target you can see, because I'm doing
Right.
this through a wall. But
Right.
I figured like I'm trying to talk him down, and that's what it's kind of.
Right. That's
Is
why
the
I'm saying
floor,
So
Yeah.
is the floor made of stone or dirt?
the floor is made out of stone.
Right.
I rolled an 11. My divine knowledge is 60. So 4 successes.
All right. You, Ziggy, on the other end of the other side of the door, begin to hear his voice in a calm, reassuring, prayer-like chant. Go ahead and make your willpower check again at a +2.
35. Yes.
Yes. You feel the wave of fear that was engrossing you dissipate. You may now attempt to do other things.
Okay, I'm going to assess the door.
You're going to assess the door.
Yeah, I want to look at where the hinges are, where the lock is, if there's additional bolts on the inside that have slammed shut.
Um,
I'm basically looking for a weakness in the door.
right. There are hinges on. If you're facing the door, it's the
What sort of hinge is it? Right. Are they capped or are they just pinned? Right. Are they capped or pinned? If they're capped, that means they're blocked
Right.
at both ends with like a bolt head. Right. If they're pinned, it's just one, and it'll be straight down the middle.
They are pinned.
So they're easy to tap.
Yeah, they're pinned.
Right.
They're easier to tap out. So, if we can leverage on. Sorry.
I'll use the my knife and try and, with the hand underneath it and like that, try and get underneath the edge of one of the top part of the pin on the hinge and just shove it up.
All right. And you're going to be using what exactly?
I'm going to use my knife.
Okay. You go up to the door, and you're going to start with, I assume, the bottom one.
Yes.
That's closer to you. You get your knife in there, and you start to wedge up, and you start to get your knife in there, and like how it's like it's got that pin where you can stick it into the head, and you can kind of pop it and then pull up.
Mm-hmm.
You stick your knife in there, and you twist, and the metal on your knife literally bends as the pen does not come up. And then again, you hear this whispering in your ear. Now that you've actually more focused, it's not really in your ear. It's echoing in the room. Silently. Or quietly.
I'm going to look down into the corner of the room where my shadow falls. I'm going to reach into the shadow and I'm going to pull out a shadow knife.
Okay.
And use my new ability.
And what do you want to do with that knife?
I'm going to use that so I don't actually bring my real knife.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
You go to stick your shadow knife in the same area.
And shadow, by means of ability, you can create melee weapons made of shadow. Blah, blah, made of solid shadow. These weapons have the same basic damage as the real counterparts, as long as you concentrate. I haven't got the page number down for it, but
right.
Cost me. I know it costs willpower to activate it.
That's shadow weapon,
not
right?
willpower. It costs fatigue. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to cost you 30 fatigue to use. You pull out this weapon and you stick it in there, and as you begin to turn it like you were doing your knife, it dissipates.
This is like a very powerful magic. I'm just double checking.
Just turn and just shout the room. Nothing. That's all I'll be. Nothing.
Who are you talking to? I yell through the door.
You hear Braun Ziggy kind of echo, like a metallically like voice through the door, like, what are you yelling at?
The room.
Who are you? Who else is in there?
Just me.
Are you going to tell them what you're hearing, or are you just gonna hold that onto yourself?
I'm assuming they can hear it.
No, they can't.
I assume they can hear it.
Oh, they assume, yes. All right.
If you're by yourself, who the hell are you talking to?
The room.
Um,
You can't hear it?
You what? We can't hear anything.
The room, it said. Again, just got to find the.
To hear you were doing something?
Yeah.
I'm just debating. Like, I'm just debating. Where's Divine Presence? The only thing I can think left to do that might work is to try and like stand next to the door, or like stand where I am basically, and if Ziggy's on the other side of this wall, call upon the Divine Presence. I'm going to give that a go because it's movement action, it's free. And then hopefully, my main aim with this is to give Ziggy some protection from whatever's talking to him. So if there's like an undead that's messing with his head and it's near him, it'll like be forced back. That's my thinking.
It's a good plan.
A good plan. So, what do you do?
Yeah, I do that. I stand near the door. I start muttering prayers and incantations to Alal, and call upon the Divine Presence.
No, with that roll, I didn't very well. That's better.
2 successes.
So, using your divine presence and the power of the law, you get close to the door and you attempt what you're doing. There doesn't seem to be any reaction that you can perceive.
Okay. I'll keep doing it. I'll keep it up. Just to try and keep Ziggy a bit safer on the other side of the door.
Ziggy,
while we figure this out.
You hear this saying again. It's repeated. It's repeated like every few seconds. It's always being repeated.
Right, I'm just going to shout back at him. Told you, nothing.
Braun and
Ziggy, what are you hearing? It might help figure this out.
Right, I'll shout through the door to them. The room's asking me, what remains after death and decay when the maggots are fat and time has consumed you? There is nothing.
That sounds like a riddle.
Hey,
It's asking you for a password. But whoever set this up is a necromancer, right?
Sounds like bones to me.
Try bones.
Okay. Bones?
with that, the sigil
That easy.
stops shimmering, and both doors, the door that in front of you is opened, and the door behind you opens.
Just start laughing.
Well, you know what they say: give a Canis a bone.
You all right, Zig?
I'll just look at him completely looking just like he's not slept in days. He's just, no.
I'm gonna get down on my knees near Ziggy, which I have to do because of the huge disparity in our
It's
size.
almost like a 6-foot
Yeah.
disparity.
Yeah, and I'm gonna like even on my knees like reach down and I'm just gonna enfold him into like a big warm furry hug and like pat him on the back. Be like,
I got
It's-
you, Ziggy. It's
it's-
all good. It's all good.
it's gonna be okay. We're nearly through it.
Hey, don't eat him.
Nom, 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 nom.
I'll pat him on the back as I walk by, but I'll pat him on the back as a big, hard, rough barbarian would.
Oh, that's what I had
You're-
for breakfast.
Are you all right?
Will be.
When this is all over, I will buy you a very, very stiff drink, my friend.
He's gonna need more than one.
I don't know. It's not that tall.
It's not that bad.
Relative to size, right?
Right. Yeah.
We'll just buy him a pint and then we'll just sit him in it.
That's brilliant. All right.
Oh, dear.
So what
When
do you
the
guys
high
want to do?
jokes start.
Well, I mean, when you fall, you don't have far to go.
Well, we've opened this up now, so let's go look. What's in the room? I tell you what, Zig, I'll go first this time.
Do you want to check on the door in case there's any more of that glowing blue crap with the sign and the metal and stuff?
Well, we know the password now. It's fine. I'll step in.
I'm going to stick close to my friend.
All right.
He's a bigger target than me.
Mm-hmm. Completely reasonable. IR tank. I've got lots of health. We're good. Not as much as Brom, but
Put it this way, I'm nearly out of fatigue.
As you guys enter this room, the doors shut behind you again.
Oh, fuck, here we go again.
we're all together this time, Zig.
Inside this chamber, where you see this dark rise, is a large shrine.
Son of a bitch.
Trying to what?
Give me a second. I need to pull up a. And on this shrine is a statue. It looks like a young. Sorry, wrong one. No, that's not what I'm looking for. You know, when you think you have it, and then you don't have it, you look for it again. Trying to get the description of this image. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there it is. See, I knew I had it. It just wasn't taking me to it. You see a statue of this, what appears to be a very pale, white-haired and gaunt individual. The statue itself is dressed in these brilliant blood red robes.
Can I have a divine, Lord Divine to try and identify?
Yep. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Awkwardly lean into here and go, who the hell's that guy?
2 successes.
It is the dark god Udaric.
Got it.
Check your DMs.
Okay.
Plot.
No.
Sweet. I say he is the dark god Udarak. He's considered even by the gods to be an aberration of nature. The Prince of Death, the child of an unholy union between Gishra and the violence that is chaos and negative energy. He was ripped from her womb mid-pregnancy and thus wasn't ever born a god. His tenet is death is not the end. And people who follow him really grossly believe that undeath is the greatest accomplishment they can achieve.
He sounds like a riskat.
Well, they're wrong.
He does indeed. And they're absolutely wrong. You're correct, Zig. Is there any offerings around the shrine? Like, is this like a place where people come to worship, or is it just like a statue?
As you get closer to it, how close are you going to get to it? Where are you looking from this distance? Are you going to get up close and examine it? Tell me what you're
I
doing.
fully believe that I am protected by Alal, so I will walk forward.
I'll go with him because I'm pretty absent-minded and don't believe any of this crap.
I'll go with him because he's my big mate and he protects me.
I am
You
making
notice-
bad decisions.
You are making very bad decisions, but it's going to be a fun decision nonetheless. As you approach this shrine, you begin to notice bowls of blood are situated around the statue. There's also the remains of various humanoids that have been disemboweled and dismembered, kind of like making a circle around it. Surprisingly, there are no creatures of decay like flies, maggots, and all this, but they've all kind of like shriveled as though the flesh and the blood has all been drained out of them.
Okay. Lord Divine, to know what could have caused that?
Sure. Let me know how many successes you got.
3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Something is definitely draining or drinking this blood.
Okay.
Even as you are kind of looking around, make a perception check. Just don't fail, all 3 of you.
Is that alertness or just perception?
Just perception.
Raw? Good chance I might fail this.
All of us to roll, yeah?
Yes.
I will spend a heroic luck.
17.
28.
1 success.
Okay.
You just go off your perception stat, right?
Yes.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4,
6 successes.
6. Also 6 successes.
You notice the bowls of blood suddenly empty. And as they empty, the remains of whatever's around it suddenly begin to move, and they form up into this terrifying skeletal-like creature that is now aflame with these dark flames as it stands up before you. Roll for initiative. Do you guys want to keep your initiative, or do you want to re-roll?
I'll re-roll because it explodes now, doesn't it?
It does explode now. Yes.
Yeah, I'll re-roll as well on the off chance I make an explosion.
So basically, what happens if you roll a 10, it explodes, and you get more initiative.
I still think that's going up, but I rolled a 9, so that's 17.
Yep. It went up by almost double.
I rolled bad.
What'd you roll, Zig?
I only got a 5, so I'm on 27.
All right, show off.
And Braun?
What?
I rolled a 10 and a 3, so that's 13, plus my initiative of 13 would make it 26.
So I rolled for its initiative. It got a 10. I rolled again. I got another 10. Then I rolled a 9. So 29, 38. This thing bursts out with speed. What is your initiative, Ron?
26.
Maybe we should rethink this exploding thing.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Fine, it'll be fine.
Don't worry about it.
It's just a horrible flaming death.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's all good. We are going to use this as its icon. Move you guys back just a little bit as this thing kind of comes in. It's as tall as you are to here.
Okay, so about 8 foot.
About 8 foot. And it launches an attack with what seems to be this glowing black sword that suddenly appears in its hands. And it hits you for 1 success.
Me or Brom?
You.
Okay, I will roll my physical defense. Which is 55. Yes, hold on. I'm going to have to check that in a second, but I'll roll against 55 for the moment. I got 1 success.
All right. It you step back just as this sword swings past you. You can feel the air around you guys suddenly become this deep chill of cold. Everybody making a stamina check at TS of 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, easy.
Okay.
Oh, just.
Nope.
Thank God I've got
61
a high
stamina.
Do you
61
want
stamina, and
do you
I've
want
got
to re-roll
78.
that, or do you want to go with it?
Yeah, I'll spend a heroic luck and re-roll it. Got exactly the same result.
You are hit
Failed.
suddenly with a loss of 10 fatigue points, and you are stunned for the next turn.
Right. Quick question.
Yes.
What happens when your fatigue goes to max?
You mean goes to 0?
Yep.
You fall unconscious.
Okay, I fall unconscious.
Ziggy suddenly falls unconscious behind you.
Fuck.
Those are these dark flames that are moving about it, they are intensely cold, even more cold than this aura that seems to have come from it. You feel yourselves getting weaker as you can feel like you're not moving as fast, you're not thinking as fast. Make a willpower check at a TS of 4 to avoid these effects. You two, Ziggy, you're just out. You're just passed out.
Okay.
Oh,
If I hadn't have conjured that shadow weapon, I'd have been all right.
No, I was close, but no cigar. I failed the willpower check.
3 successes. How many did you say?
4.
4. No, I failed then as well.
All right, you guys both suffer.
Oh no, sorry. No, I succeed. I was looking at the wrong stat.
All right,
was
to
looking at
here,
bits.
you suffer 25 fatigue damage, a minus 15 to your skills, and you feel your stamina, your energy being drained. So you're going to suffer a minus 5 to your stamina score every for the next turn until you can escape the area.
Okay.
And that's its turn. Ziggy would be going next, but he's passed out. He drools a little bit. That's his action. Braun.
Right. Okay. I am going to. Which is on one knockdown. I am going to use a shield slam. First, I'm going to say, "You are one ugly motherfucker." I will then shield slam him, and then say to Tahir, get Ziggy out. I'll hold him off as long as I can.
Roll your attack.
So, with your shield, if it was a weapon, I will also battle cry. So dice. So rolls if it's a weapon. Shields do. I'll roll first. 3 points of base damage. 0-9.
Nice.
Nice. Excellent hit. You hit this thing and you hit it, you feel it, you solidly hit it, and you knock it back, like it kind of like lays down in a weird kind of fashion on the shrine behind it, laying next to the statue of Udodic.
Is there anything else on the shrine?
No, the bowls that were there go clattering to the floor.
Okay, I will usher Tahir and Thingy out of the room.
All right, Tahir, that's the end of your actions for now, Braun. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'll just
Tahir, what are you doing?
I will move with them if they move out.
All right,
Like following behind them as my sort of movement action.
brilliant. Tahir?
What kind of action is it to pour a potion down someone's neck?
Simple action if you have it in your hands. Otherwise, you're
Simple
gonna
action.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pull it out, which would be a move action or a full action.
Yeah. Okay. In which case, I'm gonna.
So are you attempting to pour? Oh, well, you've actually got that mixed potion, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 2 potions left. So my plan is to. I'm just going to scoop up Ziggy in my arms for now.
Okay.
And then take my move action to get us on the other side of this doorway, maybe about here.
Okay. Well, the door's shut.
Oh yeah, shit.
Oh yeah, isn't it?
We're fucked.
In which case, I'll leave Ziggy where he is. I'm going to use my move action to invoke the Divine Presence. And I'm going to root around in my little bag until and grab a potion, and I'll be ready to pour that down Ziggy's neck next time.
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, that's actually quite a lot. Let me just double check my.
Did you succeed?
Yeah, with 7 successes.
In the moment of all this going on, you suddenly remember that the doors opened when you spoke a word.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going to shout. Okay. In which case, change my action slightly. I'm going to shout bones.
Mm-hmm. Doors open.
Scoop up Ziggy. Move us into here. And ready my. And use my action to get a potion out of the bag, basically.
Okay. Braun, you
I mean-
hear the door, to hear shouting, bones. What do you do?
And I will dart for the door as well.
You make it
Yeah.
to the door? Are you guys
Yeah.
going to stop in here or go all the way through?
Might as well go all the way through because that might shut the doors again, won't it?
Yeah,
So-
sure, why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
As you make your way
Hopefully
to through the doors, both doors go shut.
Okay.
How quickly would I recover from the fatigue loss?
Minimum of 1 hour.
You know, it's not worth wasting a potion if we're going to take an hour's rest. That's out of character.
Yeah. I'm just. Can we hold off a few minutes and see if this thing comes after us?
I will stand at the door ready with the shield out.
Yeah.
In case it does.
And then we'll decide what to do, because if it's going to burst through the doors, then I'm going to pour a potion down your neck, basically.
That sounds fair.
Get you up and into the fight. But if not, then we can take an hour.
We should get behind the pillars just in case. At least we got something to hide behind.
Mm. This door is the best bottleneck.
So that's what we're doing. You guys are hanging out there?
Yeah, we're taking a few minutes to see if it sounds like the doors are going to be opening and if it's going to be coming after us.
You take a few minutes and nothing seems to be coming through the doors, and you do not hear the doors opening. Your experience so far with the doors is if one opens, they both open.
Okay, cool. In which case, yeah, we'll take an hour to rest.
Are you going to rest right there, or are you going to go someplace else?
We kind of got to keep watch on this area, don't we? Or like the next safe area would be this bit up here, I think. Let me just draw on the map, like that bit there, because that way we've got this door that we can shut.
The we could potentially get you do like a hit and run kind of thing, where somebody waits in the room in there, and we shout bones and run in, hit it, and run out.
Aw, thank you, Out of Print. Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I think if we just wait here and take our hour, that way we can keep an eye on this entire area. So if anything comes moving out of these rooms, we can deal with it, basically.
Mr. Kimball, I have to go to the bathroom.
All right, let's take a real quick break.
Who is your father and what does he do?
Who is your daddy? And
Let's
what
grab
does he
some
do?
tea and some drinks, and we'll be right back. are back. We've got a few short minutes left before we actually have to end for the day. I think I terrified them a little bit with the with one of the big BEGs that they've got to face, but we'll see what happens. So you guys are going to take a break by moving up to here, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
That's the most sensible place I can think of.
Yeah, at least if anything comes after it, it'll be bottlenecked.
Yeah.
So drag this guy. Ooh. No, I meant to drag it and throw it away. Suddenly it is the god. Did you so you have meditate, right? Tahir?
I do, yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and make your meditate skill check? Ziggy is going to be out for an hour, and when he does come back, he's only going to have 1 fatigue.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
I mean, it's like you woke up from being unconscious. It's easier to recover from health than it is from the loss of fatigue in this game.
I got 3 successes on my meditate roll.
Oh, brilliant. I think you're going to gain meditate skill is going to be 10 plus your stamina modifier times your total number of successes in the next hour.
16 times 3. 32.
No,
40,
it's 10 plus
8.
your stamina modifier times 3. It's not 16 times 3.
So 6 times 3 is 6, 12, 18, so 28.
28, right.
I nearly got back what I lost from just looking at that thing.
But
Well,
you
I
also
just
do
got one.
have those potions that give health
Yeah.
and fatigue back.
Yeah. 76. You know what? I'm gonna down 1 because I'm on 18 health points. I'm down to 76 fatigue. So I think like wiping those out would be a good plan, or like getting back as much of that as I can if we're going to be fighting something big and gnarly.
Well, you're only down 18, right?
And 18 health, yeah.
It's the fatigue
but-
that's going to cost you.
Yeah. Actually, I think my, all skills and physical defenses suffer a -6 successes. Is that when I get down to 20 hit points? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
Never mind.
so since
Yeah.
you're counting up, right?
Yeah.
You're counting up. So what's your total health?
My total health is 78, so
right.
it
So
would be
when
when
you
I
get
hit.
to 34, I think, right?
Yeah.
Right. When you get to 37. When you get to 37, that's when you take that's half your score. So you're only -3 successes then. When you get to 64, I think it is. I
Okay.
could be wrong on that because I count down and not up. Then you suffer
Yeah.
your -6 successes. You're a long ways away from suffering any issues for your
Any
skills.
penalties? Yeah. Okay.
The
Cool.
only
I'm
thing
fine.
that is bothering though is that your fatigue, your stamina score is currently right now five points less than it was 20 minutes ago, and that's a permanent thing until you can get it resolved.
Okay, so that would be 77 currently,
And stuff.
which drops my stamina modifier down to a 5.
Right. But when you take the potion, it gives you back 20 health and 20 fatigue.
Okay, yeah, I can wait a bit. It's fine.
But are you gonna give one to Ziggy?
Yeah, because he needs the fatigue back, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. I mean, he can function on 1 fatigue fine, but if you face anything that drains
if he
fatigue,
takes-
he's done.
Any fatigue damage, he drops again.
He
Yeah.
drops again.
Although
How
this
would
thing
I-
does like 25 fatigue damage on a TS4 willpower check, so
But it
Ziggy
also,
just stay far away from it.
it also didn't help that he actually spent 30 fatigue on his Shadow Knives to try to
Yeah.
get out.
So yeah, I'll hand a potion to Ziggy, and that'll give him back 20 fatigue at
Right.
least.
So, yeah, and any lost health, you get that back as
I'm fully
How-
healthy.
How could I recover any fatigue? Is there any ways?
well. So
Other than
during the
Having a
hour,
nap?
yeah. So during the hour that you were waiting for Ziggy to wake up, you naturally gain health fatigue points back. Basically, it's 10 plus your stamina modifier in fatigue points every hour. So whatever your stamina modifier is, Tahir's got meditate, so he gets to add total number of successes times his stamina score, his stamina modifier to his fatigue. So it's a little bit better.
Nice. So I
Given the amount I spend on it, I'm like a fatigue sink monster. So, like,
It's the
Is there any
one.
ways?
It's
Is
the
there
one
any
way that we
abilities that
could
allow you
balance
to
the
mitigate it?
spellcasters. Sorry again.
mm,
Is there any way you can sort of mitigate that?
No. Well, yes, with magical items and some abilities that do certain things, but yes, but fatigue was the only way that we could balance casters because casters will generally be in the back and not getting hit very often. So how do we balance that? Well, they take fatigue, and everybody takes fatigue. So that's how
whoever
we do
wrote "To Hear Rocks," by the way, I love you.
You're welcome.
it. To hear
Okay.
us.
Cool.
When you guys get done with cleaning this out, you actually have to send in scrubbers to wipe the stuff off the walls because it's all over the place.
They're gonna have to tunnel to get to the wording.
Actually, that's a really good point. Right. I'm gonna do something when we go back to that room. I've got an idea. It's a really morbid thought, but it should be done. When we get back to right tool, when we get back to this outer wall here, I'm going to take a little bit of time and use the pitons and the hammer as like a chisel into the stone, and I'm just going to chisel the words password bones big monster.
Where at?
Just on this wall here. So
Okay.
if we die fighting it,
At least
right.
you left a message to everybody else like,
yeah,
I
like
feel you.
like the next people might have some clue what they're walking into.
So our next characters know what we're going to be up against.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, your next characters may not be coming back here. They may be doing something else entirely. It may be a void adventure. We'll see.
I like the casualness with which you're like, yeah, your next character's like, it's gonna happen.
Death is always.
Well, it does come over as being quite a lethal system.
Mm,
And that's something I do like. There should be consequences because if there's no risk, there's no reward.
this is true.
Well, I don't know. Failing 3 saves in D&D for Strahd on your death saves, Braun, is not necessarily a good thing either.
Oh, they haven't met Strahd. Well, they haven't had a proper fight with Strahd
Well,
yet.
I mean, in the Strahd adventure you're doing.
Mm.
All right, so you guys
Yeah,
spend the
failing
next
is-
hour here. Braun, you get back 10 plus your stamina modifier and fatigue. Tahir, you get 10 plus 3 times your stamina modifier, which so 15, so 25 altogether.
Yeah.
Ziggy, you're back up. You're probably full health now, and you've recovered at least 21 fatigue.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Since we're going to be doing the potion anyway, I'm going to pour it down his neck before we start meditating.
Okay, so you're going to bring him back up and then allow him that hour. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So Ziggy, you gain back the 20, and then during the hour that you're recovering and waking up, let's go ahead and give you your 10 plus your stamina modifier. So
So
30.
it's another 12.
Huh? So 32
It's
altogether.
another 12,
then.
so it's
Yeah,
32.
32 altogether.
There we go. Sensible.
That makes me a bit more survivable. Not much, just a bit.
We might need you to do the magical weapon thing to here,
Yeah, when we get close.
judging by everything else we fought in here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you guys are getting the sense that
Can
this
you-
is definitely an upgrade in vile evil from the
Yeah.
chamber above you.
Could you make the magical weapon things permanent in any way?
No, I can only do-
not yet. No.
Not yet. Not yet.
Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Oh, I do apologise for that.
So yeah, we going back?
Let's do it.
If we must.
So you're gonna
Yeah.
go back and face this thing again?
Yeah. It's gotta go.
Well, you know that it's not something that's coming through the doors right this minute. Do you want to take time and explore the other areas before you?
That actually might be a good idea because then like we can clear out as much of this as we can, and then we can save that one for basically like the end. And what we'll do is we'll just take a real long time to rest up because it's not a necromancer. It's not like gonna be leaving that place. If that makes sense.
Could we just fill the room with like sand and water and seal it off permanently?
Not without going
Sand,
in.
sand and water eventually corrodes.
Why don't we go up to the
Concrete?
next floor,
Mhm.
dig a hole down,
And poop on him.
and just fill the room up with poop if you want.
Well, you're assuming
Well,
that
we'll just
the above floor actually
yeah.
sits there.
We'll decide how best we tackle that at the end. I think is probably the most sensible way of doing it because then we can take like a full like because it's not going anywhere. It's not intelligent enough that it might run. Like if there's a necromancer at the heart of this, that necromancer presumably has got to come out of here at some point, which means that like he could leave while we're distracted, but that one's not leaving, so we know where it is, and we can
The other advantage is we might find something useful as we are looking
Yeah.
around.
and we can take like a full 12 hours to rest before we tackle that thing. It's not a top priority, if that makes sense, compared to things that could break out of here and hurt people.
How about your wisdom?
Of course, we need to destroy that shrine as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that thing needs to be toppled and smashed into dust. And Tahir gets really animated when he says that. Like 100% that needs to go.
It will go. We will destroy it together.
Power of friendship. All right. Let's check out these other two smaller doors before we tackle the big door, shall we?
Who's going to lead the party?
To hear.
So to hear,
Yeah.
we'll just use you as to where you want to go. Do you want to go to this door or this
That door.
This first door?
Yeah, that one.
I will go in front if we need a shield. As usual.
Okay. Yeah.
The door
I'll just
is unlocked. It's a standard wooden door, and as you open it, what little lights you guys are carrying with you, because you need some light, cascades into this room. I know you don't, but Tahir does, and I believe Braun does.
Yeah.
You, from where you're at the bottom of this door, down from here as you're looking in, you make out the images of with the light that's flashing, it's kind of cascading down. It looks like there's several crates and barrels and other things that are kind of stacking against the walls. Do you want to enter?
Before I set foot in that room, I like poke my head through, like while leaving the rest of my body on the square that I'm currently standing in, and just look above and like
Paranoid
down to the side.
It looks like the ceiling, which is about 10 feet above you, is stone. The walls are made out of stone.
I don't see anything
perfectly normal.
Metal ready to slam back.
Nothing
Okay.
you can see.
Cool. I will step through.
All right, you step through with your light. And beyond, you can see what is definitely this. You almost make this out to be like some sort of storage area. The room appears to be a storage room. There are supply crates here and there. There's a bunch of potions that lie displayed on a shelf at the end of the room. What do you guys want to do?
Look for useful stuff. So I'll check out the potions if Bron and Ziggy want to start opening up crates.
Yep.
Get
Do
to
that. Although I'm not going to stray too far away from Tahir.
Ziggy and Braun, as you guys are opening the crates, you guys find approximately 500 silver pieces in these silver bars, right? There are these 5 large silver bars that have got 100 written on them on each on the top, like they're stamped into them. these silver bars. You're also finding a bunch of what appears to be ritualistic and magical accessories and tools. Um, they aren't used. They haven't been used. They appear to be as though they were just they're almost brand new. To hear you, there are there are 7 potions that are displayed on this shelf. What do you want to do?
Since nobody in fantasy games ever labels their fucking potions, I'm guessing they're unlabeled.
Well, there's one
Well,
bottle of
you haven't
Glenfiddich.
really
There's
picked one
another
up
bottle
yet.
of Smirnoff.
You haven't picked one up, so you don't
Yeah,
know.
I'll pick them up and take a look.
So, and you're looking at, you pick up one. It is 4 of these are the exact same color. It is a purplish rose color, and it's written in on it. There's a label, and it's written in this text that you've only seen a couple of times. So go ahead and make a lore magical check.
That's untrained for me.
Actually, that's fine. So it'll be 30 plus your intelligence modifier.
30 plus my intelligence modifier, 35. And I rolled a 06, so
Brilliant.
yeah.
It literally in the script says potions of powerful healing or powerful healing.
Okay. I say those 4 are labeled as healing potions. Can I make a any kind of lore check or healing check to know if those divine knowledge? Okay. That is 4 successes.
It is from what you can tell, this is a magically created healing, almost necromantic in nature, but it's definitely healing and it's very powerful. You haven't done a detect or a detect magic on it, but you can tell by just the color of it. It seems more powerful.
I say these 4 are very powerful healing potions. The other 3?
Go ahead and make a again lore magic check on all 3 of the remaining.
I crit 01.
I'm sorry?
I crit 01.
On one of them?
Yeah, on the first one.
All right, on the first one, there's 2 of them. These 2 are identical. Again, written on the script is labeled in this writing. It says potion of necrotic resistance.
Yeah.
But you get the sense. Make a divine check.
Is that divine knowledge or divine lore?
Divine lore.
Divine lore, 1 success.
That while it may be necrotic, it may actually be something to stop the sapping of fatigue, because that's how necrotic magics tend to work. They sap fatigue to pull for negative essence.
You are absolutely right, Brom. We did find something useful. These 2 will stop us getting tired. You know how undead creatures can make you tired?
Yes.
These 2 will stop that from happening.
Right. Okay.
And on the last one,
roll.
2 successes.
Written on its thing is it basically says that this is a potion of strength enhancement.
Strength enhancement. And I said this one says it's strength enhancement. Can I make a divine lore to check that the contents matches that label?
Sure.
4 successes. Nice.
It absolutely does.
I say these are, as far as I can tell, these are what they purport to be. So this one will make you stronger. These two will stop you getting drained, and these 4 are very potent healing potions.
So, do we need to make you a bandolier for potions now?
Yeah, I think so. Potion bandolier. I'll pop them in my bag. I'll say, how long do these the potions generally last for? Are we talking minutes or are we talking hours for the ones that are buffs?
Yes.
Yes.
It could be minutes. It could be hours.
Okay.
It could be days. It just depends on the who created them and what they used to create them.
Yeah. I say I don't know whether these will last for a while or not, so it's best to save them until we need them.
You keep on. We've got some dosh in here.
At least
It'll help with the church and cover ad expenses.
at least whoever created them was nice enough to label them.
Yeah, I mean, nobody ever does that. Like,
Well,
I know.
and I don't understand why. I mean, if they're being shipped to somebody, they're need to label what's in these things. I mean,
yeah,
It's marketing, if nothing else.
I know foul necromancer, all that, and I get the sense that these weren't created by a good person, but like I appreciate their dedication to organization.
That will be their downfall. They've organized themselves to death. Will destroy them.
You said there was dosh. How much dosh?
Gold bars, 5 of them.
silver
About
bars.
100 silver.
Silver bars.
5 of them.
So it's 5
Cool.
silver bars. I reckon we just leave it here and we pick it up on the way out.
Yeah, there's no point carting
There's no
it with
point
us.
carrying stuff around with us that might just slow us down. But like I say, that's enough to cover ad expenses and then some for the church.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So
And you've both done very, very heroic work here in the service of Allah, so you deserve good recompense.
as long as I can put food on the table, anything extra can help people.
Okay.
It is so weird that silver can hurt some sort of creatures. Is that true?
I'll
That
pick a
is
bar of silver
true.
up and drop it on his foot.
That actually is true. Some creatures are vulnerable to silver.
What about these creatures in here?
Divine law.
Yep.
1 success.
Possibly.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe we take 1 bar, and if things are looking dire, we just
Chuck
yeet
it
it
at
at
him.
the
I
thing's
literally-
face.
Just dropped a bar on Bron's foot.
But what you do know is that the weapon has to be coated in the silver.
Yeah, the weapon has to be coated in silver.
It doesn't take much to actually do it. You need the ability to heat up the silver and then dip the weapon or coat it. If you have silver dust, you can sprinkle it. You can powder the silver. You can powder it. There are various ways to do it.
Okay, shall we check the other small door?
Get a length of rope. I want to tie a 4-way knot around this bar of silver.
Bong.
That's exactly not thrown, just something you could use at range with your strength.
So you're going to use the silver
You pointing
bar as
an
improvised flexible chain-like weapon.
Yeah,
Cool.
think of it like a rope knife sort of technique.
You're making a flail out of it.
Yes. Silver bar
Um,
flail.
I will. I can do that. That's not hard to
An
do.
ingot flail.
And like, if I drop and you don't have spiritual weapon up, it might be the only thing that can do any damage whatsoever to something. So, yeah.
I actually
Makes
need
sense.
to make a note of that. As
Do you want me
silver
to carry it, or do you want to carry
bar
it? Bron?
melee weapon.
I mean, in all fairness, like this has got to be the Chekhov's gun of the scenario right now. So, like,
All right. Okay. I can assign and honestly, I know what the damage does for a bar of how much it weighs, how much weapon it does, how much damage it does. So we'll use that as its base damage.
like everyone's down. We're facing the final boss. Bron's the last
Well,
man standing. Spiritual weapon on his weapon fades. Like
And he
it's
pulls out
crunch
this.
time. Pulls out the bar, straight through the guy's head. Yeah.
That's brilliant. All right, no worries.
like a hammer throw. Ooh,
Mhm.
ooh. I'd be like a goblin fanatic from Warhammer Fantasy.
Yes.
mhm.
Brilliant,
I love
brilliant,
those
brilliant.
guys.
I like that. That's just, I love it.
Okay.
I just gotta find it.
Shall we check the other room before we
As well.
Sign
press
off.
on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you come to the door. The door is a standard wooden door, like all the other doors have been, or at least
Mhm.
that's what it appears. And it appears to be unlocked.
I'll open it.
You open it. It falls inside. It opens up to a small hallway, and beyond you see a darkened room with rising above the floor. The light is reflecting off of this crystal glass thing sitting what you assume is in the middle of the room.
I'll double check above the door and to the sides of the door, and then, assuming there's no metal plates ready to slam down, I'll step in.
It doesn't appear that way.
Cool.
Nothing
Already
like one
moved.
trap to make the players paranoid.
Well, we
Just
were
takes
already
one
checking
trap.
everywhere anyway.
Just takes one trap to like, okay, everybody on. All right,
You know
so
what they
you
say?
step
Once
in.
bitten.
All right, beyond the hallway and into this room, there's this pedestal, and on this pedestal is this crystal ball. It's about a 1.5 foot in diameter crystal ball sitting on this pedestal. Nothing else seems to be in the room.
I'll spend some fatigue and do detect magic. Let me just note down the
So
fatigue.
it's 6 to 2.
85. 3 successes.
It emanates a bright blue.
Right, blue. So that's a powerful magic artifact here.
Better idea. Tie the rope around that and then hit the skeleton guy with it.
Um,
Can't you dual wield?
You can do a dual wield with one weapon, and then you get a secondary strike at a -20, which is but it basically takes up your move action to be able to do it.
Can I have a law check on this to see kind of if I can work out what it's for?
Sure. Magic. More magic.
No, that's a fail. I'll spend a 1 success.
Yeah, Brian wants and it's like
Karma, I'm telling you. And I'm sorry, how many did you get?
Just a 1 success. I had to spend a heroic luck for it as well.
You've seen these before. They appear to be crystal balls. Whether it's for divining
Mhm.
things or communication devices.
Oh,
Okay.
it's a Palantir.
I say this is either for divining or communication. I'm not too sure which, and not knowing, given the character of this place, if it is for communication, I don't necessarily want to connect to what's on the other end without some magical backup. I will take a walk around its pedestal just to make sure that I've not missed anything. So I'll approach and then clockwise round.
You got here. Are you guys following up behind him, or are you staying back in the hallway?
I'll stick close to him because, you know.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of
I
move.
have my I have
Braun,
my canis here.
are you gonna move forward, Braun?
Yeah, I'll follow.
I'm very deliberately not touching it. I don't know if that helps or not.
As you move towards it and everybody kind of follows up behind you, the orb begins to brighten up, and you can feel in the air that this electrical charge building up. And just as you approach it, out comes this stroke of lightning, and we will stop there.
Cliffhanger.
All right, guys. So we will be back in 2 weeks to see what happens. And I've got you perfectly lined up. If I'm bowling here, I could get a full strike on this one, literally. And let me go say goodbye to everybody, and I'll be right back. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye,
Yeah,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
All right, guys. So looks like I almost TPK'd them once. They don't know it, but they did. Well, now they know it because they're listening. They are lined up for a perfect stroke of lightning. We'll see if they actually survive that. That'll be fun. And we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. So we'll be back in 2 weeks, 2 minutes, Batman time, same Bat channel, same legendary time. Have a good day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and everybody please stay legendary.